creating a working drawing for your project using Autodesk Inventor. So here we go, here's our project finished, and we're going to now turn this into a drawing that we could use in our woodshop class or anywhere else. So to start off with, I'm going to come up to File, either File here or right here. I can drop down and I'm going to go to Drawing now. Okay, so when the drawing starts up, basically it's a piece of paper that we're going to print out on a printer so that you can work from it. You're not going to use your computer all the time to have to look at sizes and things. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the sheet, right mouse click, I'm going to go to Edit Sheet, and I'm going to change this from D size to C size. Why? Because 17 by 22 is way too big for the printer we're printing out, but when we scale it, it fits nicely on paper, which is 8.5 by 11, right? So with half of this is 11, half of that's 8.5. Okay, so we just click on OK. There's our paper. Now all we do is we go to Base, and our project, if it's open, should come in like this. And you can see that it's going to fit here. So this is our front view. This is going to be what's called our side view, and this is going to be our top view. Okay, and automatically you can see it's in at half scale. So if I come in and go 1:1, it's probably going to be too big for the screen. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll go half scale. And then the last view I want is up in here, is just a 3D visual of it, because sometimes it looks a little easier to see what it is when it's in 3D. So this is called isometric view. So we're going to click on OK. The views come in now. Now the whole point of this is to add dimensions so we know what we're doing and how big things are. So we come up to Annotate. From Annotate you go Dimension. And what do we need for dimensions? Well, first dimension we probably need is how big is this thing overall from here to there? Well, it's 11 inches. Okay, and how thick is it from here to here? Okay, well, that's 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so that's all we're going to put on that one. Over this one here, we're going to go how far is it from here all the way over? And I'm going to say, okay, so it's 8. And then the other ones I got to figure out is from center to here, how big is it? Should be 3. And the other one is from this edge here to here, it's 2.5. Okay, don't need to put the last one here because you can figure out 2.5, 3.5 is 2.5. And the last thing we got to do is on here, there's a radius here. So we're going to click, and that's a 1/4 inch radius. Okay, so those are some dimensions there. Don't worry about layout yet. And then up here, we need to figure out, well, how big is this diameter? Okay, so we pick it. It's 1. And the only other dimension we might want to know is how far from this edge it is over. So from this edge to the center, there we go. That's 1.5. So I'm going to put this one here. Now I'm going to hit Escape to get out of drawing. You see it, we're in dimensioning mode. So I'm going to hit Escape to get rid of it. And I'm going to grab this one, and I'm just going to move it out of the, whoops, I missed that. I missed that again. Hang on, it does not want to move for me. So there we go. Okay, so we're going to put that one up there so the dimensions aren't crossing. So now we know the distance from the edge into the center. We know the diameter of that. We know how thick it is here, or how wide each piece is, because we've dimensioned them there. You could have dimensioned them up here, doesn't really matter. Okay, and all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this one. You can see I'm highlighting. I'm just going to move it up. You can see everything automatically changes. So we've got that. Now we're going to zoom in. We're going to add some text. You can see my names here. This comes off the network, and it's going to put your student number, and that doesn't help us. So we're going to go text. Put the text in here, and this case, this is actually a cutting board. So we're going to put cutting board. Now you can see how small it is. I'm going to highlight it, so I'm just going to move this over here. And I'm going to put the text, and I'm going to put 0.5 here. And as soon as I put 0.5 and hit enter, you can see it goes bigger. Okay, again, I'm still in text, so I hit Escape, and then I can just grab this, and I can center it. Okay, and then up here, you're going to put your name. So go back to text, again, click, and it comes up, and I'm going to put Mr. Oh no, I'll just put my first name, Steve. So there's my name. Highlighted it a bit too small, and I'm going to do, well, that's probably big enough. Sure, what the heck. And no, I have to hit OK to move it, and then hit Escape to get out of it, and then I can put my name there. Okay, so that's basically it for that. C-size paper, scale is half, drawing number, this just refers to there might be 40 different drawings. Okay, checked by, if someone had to check it, they'd put their names, right, and things like that. So the last thing we're going to do on this drawing is we're going to go text. I'm going to pick here, and I'm going to put all dimensions in inches, because that's really important, because nobody knows what units those are. Okay, so highlight that, and I'm going to put this, I don't know, 0.25 high. That's probably big enough. Okay, and I'm just going to move this now, and I'll put it up here somewhere. Yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but it should look something like this. All right, and that basically completes this tutorial on making a working drawing.